Iran's foreign minister has arrived in Geneva ahead of a second round of indirect talks with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner that are expected to begin on Tuesday. The talks come as the U.S. is sending a second aircraft carrier group to the Middle East as the United States continues to build up its forces in the region to put pressure on Iran. On Saturday, large protests against the Iranian government and their treatment of demonstrators were held in cities around the world, including Los Angeles, Toronto, and Munich. Those were a part of a so-called global day of action called for by the exiled son of Iran's former Shah. On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave a speech in which he repeated his doubts that Iran would make a deal with the United States. He said, Iran is reliable on one thing: they lie and they cheat. But Netanyahu did describe his talks that were held with President Trump last week in Washington. He said that the president believes that a deal can be reached and that he is determined to see the process through. Now, Netanyahu also went into greater detail when he described Israel's demands of these negotiations and of any deal between the United States and Iran. He said that Iran must stop all enrichment of uranium and that the equipment needed to enrich uranium in the future must be destroyed. He said that all of the highly enriched uranium that Iran possesses must also be taken out of the country. It's believed that Iran possesses more than 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium. Russia has offered to take it out of Iran in the event that a deal is reached. Netanyahu also repeated his demand that limits be placed on Iran's ballistic missile program. He said that they should be limited to a range of 300 kilometers. Of course, that's far shorter than the distance to Israel. And he also repeated the demand that Iran stop its support for proxy forces in the Middle East. Those include the Houthis in Yemen and Hezbollah in Lebanon. When it comes to the missiles, Iran has repeatedly and emphatically said that they are for defense and that they are a non-negotiable red line. Blake Sifton, SABC News, Tel Aviv.